Hi, I'm Gethin Smart. I was the staff member out with Project Zambia in Group 2 from Cardiff Metropolitan University. I was based in OlympAfrica for 2 days a week. I was also based in the OYDC for 2 days a week. The OYDC is the Olympic Youth Development Centre where the athletes from Zambia train.
Wow.
And I looked at market and media. When I was based at OlympAfrica, I was looking at more their financial procedures and whether or not we could help them with some grant funding. And then it just depended on what day of the week I went to each of the settings as to what they had on for me.
No grant writer that will ever turn a bad idea into a good one. So you can't start off with a really bad idea and hope to get some money from it. However, there are loads of ways to disguise a good idea. So if you've got a good core subject or a good core idea, we can always then find a funder that will help you. It's always important to start with a nice base, so a good development plan, a real good idea of what you want to do, how you want to gain that funding, and then any fund or funder, grant writer, that's what you become, and that's what I am, will easily turn that idea into something that can be shaped by funding.
OlympAfrica is in the north of the city, near Chapata School. So I used to take 4 buses to get to OlympAfrica in the morning, which sometimes was hard work, and it cost quite a lot of money for a staff member to do so. But it was well worth it because at the end of every day I would then make my way over to Chapata School to meet up with the other students who had been at Chapata for their placement in order to come back on the bus with them. At OlympAfrica, I worked with Brenda. Brenda was the senior manager of OlympAfrica, and she was in charge of kind of all the national governing bodies of Zambia. Mostly I worked with those guys looking at some financial procedures. I also was very lucky at the time to get the opportunity to do some coaching with cricket, because at the time that I was in Zambia, they were in the process of building a new cricket pitch within OlympAfrica. When I was based at the OYDC, I spent a lot of time looking at their marketing and media. It's one of the things that they felt they didn't do very well was trying to engage with the outside community. I worked with Lyson. Lyson is one of the guys who's been to the UK quite a lot, and you maybe get to know him when you're out in Zambia. He does a lot of work with young people within the area and also is a part of the development team at the OYDC. Probably the best experience about being in Zambia with the students was the evenings in the houses at the end of every kind of working day and on the weekends. It's a really good opportunity to get to know some of the people that are in the house with you. We played quite a lot of games, tried to keep it as informal as possible. We had a debrief at the end of every evening, but we also had the chance to kind of play some sporting games, made up some games where possible, kind of themed every night with cooking, just to try and keep everybody a little bit responsible for what they had within the house. The biggest part for me was just kind of getting to know everybody and getting everybody else to know everybody else. We played some quite fun games. One of those is sardines, which is something that I really hope that this year's group will be able to take on, and I'm sure JP will give you all the tips and hints of where to hide in the house. One of my biggest tips for anybody going out to Zambia is to think about how much money you're taking with you. You'll be very surprised how quickly you spend your money when you want to go away and do all different activities, whether that's going into town or whether that's away in the weekend, going to the water parks and so on. I found it really difficult to make sure that I stayed within my budget. So a tip for everybody is to have kind of a backup, a little bit of money behind you, just in case there's things in Zambia that you find that you want to do after you've already travelled. And finally, yeah, I just had the best time when I was in Zambia, and I implore you guys to experience everything you possibly can. Try and immerse yourself as much with the local people as possible, but really treat them with respect, because at the end of the day, you're out in Zambia to volunteer. So I hope you guys have an amazing time, and good luck to everybody.
I really got the trick, but I got a look. As I see myself in the pistol smoke. Ooh, I'm the only people that are always gonna be like in my knees in my life. Seeing prayers in the street light.
This is chorus, mate.
Yeah.
Chorus.
Ad-lib.